Woo.
Hey, what's going on, y'all? This JD of JD's Man Cave, and we here tonight on a Saturday, 7 o'clock as usual, in big old hot Houston, Texas. So we're gonna wait on the guys to come in, but right now you got me and Big Reggo on the line. What's happening, Big Reggo? How your day been, brother?
Say, man, I've been taking it day by day. What's going on your side?
Oh man, that's all right. I got out there and grilled me some hamburgers and some sausage links earlier today. But I hurried up and got back in his house because it was too hot out there to be playing games like that.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
I felt like I was laying on that pit. That's just how hot it was out there. Who was that we got? Okay, we got old Kenny Wayne on the air today. What's happening, Kenny Wayne?
What's going on? Can you can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear the resident country boys in the house. We got Big Reg on the line with us too, Kenny Wayne. I was asking him how your day been,
Yeah.
bro. Everything good with you?
What you say now?
I said I was asking you how your day been. Everything good? What you got some headphones on or something?
Oh yeah.
What you
Might
think?
turn them up because I sound robotic. Hold on.
DJ Innovator or something? Okay, you can't hear nothing out them things. Can you hear me now? Uh-oh. He gone, Rich. It's all right, Reg, but man, first thing I want to talk about today, Reggie, is our boy gone, man. Wakanda ain't gonna never be the same no more, bro.
Nah, I was kind of heartbroken when I heard that. Heard
Oh,
the
black,
news last night.
huh?
I was kind of heartbroken when I heard the news last night. I was looking forward to the new movie. I liked him as an actor. You know, he's a pretty good dude. You know, didn't nobody even know that man, you know, had colon cancer. It's just, you know, he
Right,
kept it so quiet.
right. He's very private with it. But the thing is, he wasn't gonna be the next Black Panther anyway, though.
Well, it was rumors saying that he wasn't because of money wise that I heard, but I think they would have worked it out. And I mean, couldn't you know how was he not going to be in? You know,
Exactly.
I think the fact that he was sick and they knew he was sick, so they was just preparing for the fact that he might not be in it. I don't know. I'm just speculating.
Well, I know. I don't know nobody else that could play T'Challa, man. That's just bottom line, bro. He is T'Challa forever. And I'm
Yeah.
with him. Wakanda forever, bro. But yeah, what we talking about, Kenny Wayne, is the depth in Wakanda, man. Life ain't gonna never be the same again, bro.
Nah, he was
Oh,
great actor.
Chadwick Boseman left here, man.
Yeah, I
43,
saw that.
young brother.
Yeah, he was a great actor.
Yeah.
I don't seen all his movies.
Oh yeah, most definitely. I done seen everything. Hey, one of my favorites besides um Black Panther is that 21 Bridges.
Yeah, I like the Five Bloods too. The last one he did.
Live too.
Yeah,
I haven't seen Five Bloods yet, but I like
yeah,
that movie. I Am King.
Oh
yeah,
yeah,
that's
yeah.
good too.
You mean Letter to the King or something like that?
No, not Letter to the King. It's something about I Am King. Is Letter to King is another show. Well, it could have been Letter to the King. I don't know.
Yeah, that's the one where he went looking for a sister.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, he was an officer. Yeah, that's Letter to the King.
but he had a beautiful backstory too that people don't that he let be known. When he was in college, it was going into like his summer semester,
Right.
and he needed tuition. And come to find out, Denzel Washington had paid his tuition.
Exactly. Denzel paid his way through school.
Yeah, but didn't know who he was. And then
Right.
turn around, Angela Bassett was a speaker at Howard University, and he was the one that escorted her up to the stage to speak.
Exactly.
And he told her, they spoke about it, and they were shooting Black Panther. And
Right.
she was like, and he said he whispered in her ear, and she said it was such an honor to meet him and know him. Then I saw the video when he was talking about Denzel, and he had Denzel teary eyed.
Yeah.
But you
What
know,
it is, man, that just goes to show you that about destiny in life. You know what I'm saying? As a black man, we need to understand our destinies, and that whatever God have for you, He gonna put people in place to get you where He wants you to be.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, like you said, nobody Denzel didn't even know this brother, but he went on and paid for him to go to school because he needed it.
Yeah.
That's called divine intervention. And speaking of legacies, I want to talk about that as black men. We need to be cognitive of the legacies that we leave behind. What do you want people to say about you, you know, once you're gone? What is it that you're doing right now in your life to get yourself acclimated to the legacy that you want to leave for your kids and all of that? You know, so that's what Pastor in. Let me see. My wife is saying that they can't hardly hear me, so and you breaking up a little bit too, Kenny Wayne. So I'm gonna put my big old headphones on too.
I can't hear you now.
I can't hear you now. I was hearing you just fine before you put the headphones on.
Yeah.
They said they could hear you just fine before you put the headphones on. Yeah, but that's cool. We're gonna try everything.
I hear you a lot better now.
Yeah, we're gonna try everything to get this.
Fine now.
But like I was saying, my question was, are we as black men leaving lasting legacies and putting a mark on the world as to who we are and who we want to be known for? You know, we need to be cognitive of that every day, because Chadwick Boseman was a brother who came through. He only lived 43 years. That's a short span for a black man, especially in this day and age. But he left a lasting impression. Like I said, he'll always be T'Challa to me. And like you said, he was able. He also gave back. I saw some stories about him donating to different colleges and helping out students and things of that nature. So, you know, he has a good legacy that he left behind. So he'll be missed, and the black community is a little bit weaker for his passing. So what do you guys think, man?
Well, me personally, you know, the fact that I thought I would never have no kids, my kids, they are my legacy. I mean, because I ain't have my first kid till I was like 39 years old. But other than that, the only legacy I had going on was, hey, I was a man of my word. You asked me to do something, and I give you my word. I always did my best to try to do it. That was my legacy, keeping my word. That's what I got from my grandfather. He always told me, if you have nothing, you have your word. You know what I'm saying? So I've always been that type of person, especially with my friends, my loved ones. Always, even if it was something I agreed to when I didn't really feel like doing, you know what I'm saying? And I know they needed me to do it, I did it. You know, so that, I mean, to me, other than my kids, you know, that's the legacy I'm gonna leave behind. Hopefully, you know, I don't believe in people talking about you good when you die. You know what I'm saying? I hate to go to funerals. They tell people, you know, hey man, he was such a good dude, even though he wasn't nothing. You know what I'm saying? It's just saying good things about him. I don't want to be that person. I want to be the person that actually was good. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to talk about the things I did do. I always try to, you know, give a helping hand when I could. So to me, that's what I'm hopefully leaving behind.
Well, that's a good thing, Reggie. But you know, we all have been to the funeral and be like, who they talking about when they get to eulogize the cat you knew. You like, nah, that wasn't him. That cat. And they talking about him like he was a saint. You know, because like you say, you want to live your own. You want to preach your own funeral with your life. What about you, Kenny Wayne? What you got going on?
I want to leave an everlasting impression on everybody I've come across. You know, when I leave away from him, I want everybody to say he was a good man. He was God-fearing, hard-working, and he loved his family.
Right.
I especially want to leave something for like my kids and grandkids, my daughters and my son. Right. The way I work and love up on their mama, my son, my wife, I want them to notice that's what a man is supposed to do instead of
Right.
what they have out here now. You know, 'cause
Right.
I feel so. I feel sorry for the young ladies now.
Right. Because they're having to pick them out the trash now. They pick through the garbage. When it comes to getting a good black man nowadays, believe me, as a barber, Kenny Wayne, I used to sit there and talk with some of them cats and almost be astonished at how did they get as old as they are, as crazy as they are.
Yeah.
You know, black men nowadays, we are still at 40 and 50 years old, still running from responsibilities and not taking care of the kids we done made, not taking care of the households we done bred into, and it's just ridiculous. Hey, y'all, look like all the gang here now. We got Big Steve-O and old Rem KJ done chimed in. You know,
What's
they're a
up,
little,
fellas?
can't hold that against them, I guess. We know what they get for Christmas. We get them some alarm clocks, but they don't know how to get it on time. But anyway, good to see y'all, fellas. Appreciate y'all for chiming in. What's going on? We talking about the fact that old T'Challa done left us, and how black men legacies that we leaving behind. We need to we need to live our own funerals through the life that we live. So Kenny Wayne was just talking about how he, wants to be known as a family man and God fearing and and helping out in the community and stuff like that, which is leads me into mind because I started late trying to leave a legacy. I have one son who is about to be 27 years old on September the 21st. And he's my only living legacy. But I have been granted the honor of being a stepfather to 4 other kids with my wife. And I'm trying to instill in them work ethic and common sense. And, just like you said, Reggie, honoring your word. Let your yes be your yes and your no be your no, especially in them boys. The girls, I'm trying to teach them what to look for by being an example with their mother. I try to treat her right, be an honorable man to my family. I'm in the church. I'm God fearing. Like I said, I'm in the church, but the church is also in me now. It used to not be in me. It used to just be sitting in the building. But now I'm leaving a legacy of goodwill and helping your fellow man. And I just want to be known for that, man. As a black man, and just known for taking care of your business. You ain't got to take care of the whole world business. They just take care of your damn business. And that'll make the world better. You know what I'm saying? What you think, Steve-O? I know you got something to say.
Yeah, I taught Texas history for a minute. Right before I taught math, I taught Texas history. And in Texas history, there's a unit that deals with, the Alamo.
Right.
And the Battle of the Alamo, man, was basically like a suicide mission for everybody who stayed behind to defend it. It was like a suicide mission, and all of those men basically wrote letters when the Mexicans let the people leave out the Alamo. They all wrote letters to give to them to send to their families. And one of the things I had my kids do was write their own eulogy. Now
Right.
they were kind of freaked out about it, but the idea was to get them to think about, when you pass, what do you want to be remembered by? What would people have to say about you? There's 3 things on that headstone, but the most important thing on the headstone is very, very insignificant. On the headstone, you got that alpha, that dash, then that omega.
Right.
The most insignificant thing on that tombstone represents your entire being, and that's that dash.
That dash.
What did you do? What did you do during your lifetime that all of that is represented in that little bitty insignificant dash? And I told the kids, you were at the Alamo and you were to perish on this day. What would you be remembered by? What could you be remembered by? Think of your life right now as a kid, as a 13, 14-year-old. But if you happen to have lived to be 40 or 50 years old and you were defending this place against some kind of tyranny, what would you want to be most remembered by? Were you an excellent farmer, a good hunter, a good provider? Did you help out your neighbor? Were you a good neighbor? You know, I'm like, what would you want to be most remembered by? What characteristics would most define that dash? And you know, I got some complaints from parents because they thought it was dismal. But once I explained to them that everybody's life should have some meaning, that we just shouldn't leave this earth without leaving some kind of mark on society or communities, they kind of like, wow, you know what? They started thinking, you know, dang, well, what is my legacy gonna be? You know, it made the parents think. They started thinking.
Your class.
They started thinking, wow.
Job.
Exactly. They started thinking, man, what am I gonna leave behind? You know.
See, let me tell you something, Steve. You, for one thing, I know are going to be known as a educator, a thought-provoking educator, which is rare right now. See, we got so many educators who are there for just a check. You know, they're just there to teach the test and get the kids past the test. That's it. They don't do thought-provoking exercises like you do in your classrooms. See, you do those kind of exercises even with math. I know you because I've been knowing you for decades. You know what I'm saying? So I know what kind of teacher you are and what magnitude and what type of impact, because I've heard kids talk about you in the barbershop because I cut hair right across the street from the school you was teaching in. So I know who Bobino is, as they call you, Mr. B. You know, you have so many lives that they're gonna have to put your funeral probably in a stadium if you was to have it real soon. Probably have to be in a small stadium somewhere. But that's good, brother. And I applaud you for the legacy that you are building right now and the funeral that you are preaching for yourself right now. KJ, what you got to say, big dog?
I agree. Excuse me, I agree with all y'all, but I kind of relate to like what Big Reggo said the most when he said, not saying that what the other one said was less significant, but when he said, man, just try to pack fair with people. I mean, ain't nobody perfect, so you're not gonna always be able to follow through on the things that you say, but as long as you make a conscious effort to do what you say you're gonna do, pack fair with people, man. I had a slogan I used to try to live by, man, where I say try to do better today than you did yesterday. But in addition to what we all saying, I also think it's relevant to mention that if you have something that you're ambitious about, playing professional sports or being a philanthropist or being an actor, whatever it is, go for it. Because
right.
One thing I know for sure, you can't. I don't care if you Sammy Sosa, Barry Bonds, Mark McGuire. Now one of them cats can hit all the home runs they hit until they stepped into the batter's box. You can't accomplish whatever it is you want to accomplish until you actually try. And one of my biggest fears is actually taking my final breath and being like, well, man, I wish I had tried my hand. If you try, don't be afraid to fail. If you tried and don't make it, well, at least you can close your eyes whenever that day comes. No, but look, I gave it my all. And it just wasn't in the cards for me. But give it a try. I mean, whatever your ambition is, like Country Wayne said, if there's ambition to be the best father you want to be, then anybody out there that's listening that feel that same way, do it. You know, try to be a better husband. Try to be, and if you're not, you ain't. All of y'all are fathers. I'm not. So I'm pretty sure all of y'all can attest to the fact that as hard as you try to be the best dad, sometimes you fall a little short, but you don't let that stop you from still trying to be the best dad you want to be. So, you know what I'm saying?
I agree with what you're saying. And let me tell you something. The worst thing you can have on your deathbed is a regret. You know what I'm saying? Because you can't go back and do do-overs. See, me and my wife always talk about this, and that's probably why I do so many different things. Me and my wife always talk about when we get ready to die, our life gonna be woe out. We're gonna be the woe out. It's gonna be to the raggedy end. Because I'm gonna be tried and done everything that I ever thought about trying to do.
Right.
That's the way I live my life. If I think I want to try it, I go ahead and try it. Because I'm not gonna be that cat, like you say, KJ, laying on my deathbed to my man. I wish I would have, I wish that's the worst thing you can do is wish you would have. Don't wish you would have. Go ahead and do it. And like you said, if you fail, you just fail. That's the only difference between a failure and success is consistency most of the time. Just keep trying.
Hey, real quick, man, before we go too much further, a buddy of mine stays out in Orange, Texas. I'm about to head over to his crib. Well, I'm about to head over to his sister's crib here in about 10 minutes. Y'all prayers, man, for all those people out there in Lake Charles and Orange, man, behind that hurricane. Because it's raw out there.
Yeah,
I've been around here with him now. His whole trailer got tore up.
Yeah,
so
we
we're
was
out here trying to salvage what we can from his stuff, but they got him in a hotel, actually right here in Houston now, but his mama trailer got tore up and his trailer got tore up. So there's a bunch of folks took some major. Last count I heard, there was the death toll was up to 17 people. So y'all just keep the folks out there in y'all prayers, man.
Amen. Amen. So we're gonna pray for them people out there in Orange and Beaumont and Lake Charles and Lafayette and all that down there in South Louisiana. Because let me tell you something. When you playing with that I-10 corridor down through there, baby, let me tell you something. Them storms come through there and wipe the slate clean a lot of times. And I don't understand that, why they haven't done anything with the infrastructure down there to kind of ward off some of those storms and the storm surge that come through there and flood that place out. That's why I stay my behind in Houston, Texas.
They said it got so bad out there, it pushed the casino, the Al Capri, the boat, it pushed it all the way up under the bridge.
Oh yeah, they need to do something with that infrastructure and keep some of that storm surge down.
Right.
Those areas are notorious. Every time a hurricane come through there, things get wiped out. The insurance rates ought to be high as all outdoors up there.
Yep.
Them areas.
There's one lady that you can't hold back. Now you might be able to hold your wife back. You might be able to hold Dee Dee back, but you ain't gonna hold back Mother Nature.
Oh no,
you got
vengeance.
You got to understand that water is 8 gallons. It 1 gallon of water is 8 pounds. Now imagine millions of gallons moving. You ain't holding that back.
No.
New Orleans figured that out when them levees broke. You can't hold that back.
Right. That's over.
You can't hold it. You know, the Army Corps of Engineers raised Galveston 16 feet in the 1920s after that big hurricane came through in the 1900s. They had to raise it How you raise an entire island 16 feet?
Yeah,
what they do, they just pump sand underneath.
When Carla came through in, what is it, 1921 or something like that?
The Great Hurricane in 1900. When Carla came, they were a little bit better prepared, but they didn't have as many deaths. 1900, 20,000 people died.
I remember Carla tore up everything too, man.
Yeah, they didn't start naming hurricanes, man, until later. But the Army Corps of Engineers pumped sand, beach sand underneath Galveston and raised it 16 feet. Now I don't think it's gonna be that easy to do for Beaumont or Port Arthur, Orange and Lake Charles, for places like that. And for the most part,
they closer from the Gulf, so it'll be harder for them to do it over there than it will be for Galveston. Galveston right there at the Gulf.
Right, but see, also you have to understand too, who's living in Orange, Beaumont, Port Arthur, and Lake Charles?
Us.
Well, it's us and white folks, but it's people who living at a certain poverty level.
Yeah,
so you got to take in consideration taxes and money. Everything comes down to that bottom dollar.
Right.
And if you ever go to Louisiana, man, the property tax in Louisiana is nothing compared to property tax anywhere in Texas.
Right.
My uncle got property in Crowley, Louisiana, man. He got a double wide on his property. Now the double wide looked like, the way he got it remodeled, everything, that double wide looked like a house, but it's still sitting on, some property. And his property tax ain't what, a couple $100 a year. Whereas I'm on the corner lot right here in Spring, and my property tax, man, my property value has shot up 60 grand in the last 18 months from 129 to 189. Now, what do you think that does to the tax base?
Oh yeah.
It drives it up. It drives it up.
You have to believe that. You need to get you a goat and put in your backyard or something.
Hey, Reggo, he ain't lying though, man. I got this I got this eater in here, man. This dude here, man, he eat everything except for thank you, please come again.
Get you a goat and put it as farmland. Tell them it's a farm. Get you a goat and one chicken. That's all you got to do, like the white folks do.
You know what? I was trying to figure out. I got a neighbor around the corner, man, that's got a black rooster that's in his yard. I'm trying to figure out why he got this damn rooster. And that might be it. That might be the ticket.
There it is. I'm telling you. You better research it. Look, find out what farm animals you got to have on your property to get farmland tax exempt. That's what you do. Hey man,
hell, my neighbor got roosters over next door.
You just have to put up with a rooster crowing every morning, but you got to get up anyway.
Crowing up every morning, hell, them roosters, the roosters next door to me, they crow every day, all day long.
Hey, do they have any hens over there, Reggie?
Hey, I think they got hens too because some of them escaped in my yard one day.
Well, go over there and get you some eggs then. Tell them that's a fair trade. If you got to put up with them crowing, you can go get you a dozen eggs not a dozen.
I thought roosters only crowed in the morning, but I found out that it's an all day thing.
Say that's a lie,
huh?
Hey man,
I was thinking about throwing some decon over there.
Hey man, leave the rooster alone. Go get you some eggs, dog.
Hey man, them roosters are excellent guard animals, man. They'll let you know when somebody coming.
They sure will.
When we stayed in Lamar,
I thought I was doing that. I moved out of Sunnyside.
What say, Red? What say, Red Joe? Did he not hear me?
I thought I was done. I thought I was done with that when I moved out of Sunnyside.
No. Them chickens gonna follow you, baby.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's gonna follow you, baby.
Y'all know what's just crazy though?
Them chickens everywhere. They all over the hood.
When that hurricane was coming, my wife drive buses part-time for Galveston Limousine, right?
Uh-huh.
And they called her. We was going to be going to Lafayette and taking some people from Lafayette to Alexandria to a nursing home. And we was going to stay in a hotel up there. By the time we got there, a little bit outside of Lake Charles, the company called and told us to come back. So had we went and stayed, we'd been up there and all that.
This was recently?
Y'all been stuck up
the last hurricane just passed.
Yeah.
Oh wait, boy. God's grace to shine down on y'all, man.
I'm telling you. Yeah, you got to be. That's why I say, man, that storm, like Steve say, Mother Nature is one woman you can't never stop. She gonna do what she gonna do.
That's it.
You can do is just be prepared and pray to God and hope for the best, baby.
Hey, did you hear that? Like I said, last body count I saw, it was up to 17 and 7. In addition to having what you need, and this is probably something that we can mention again too here moving forward during the hurricane season. In addition to having the supplies you need for a hurricane, like water, non-perishable goods, stuff like that, batteries, know how to use it, because 7 people of the 17 that died from carbon monoxide poison from running a generator inside of their house.
Oh, that's crazy. Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Now that's 7 bodies that didn't have to leave this planet had they just fundamentally understood that you may as well go crank your car up in the garage and sit it up, because it's basically the same thing you did. Well, that's 7 people that's gone that, God bless them, but that didn't have to leave.
I hate to say this, but that right there goes to the common sense factor of life.
Yep.
Oh, that gasoline engine is putting out emissions, and emissions from any gasoline engine is carbon monoxide. So why would you crank that thing up inside your house? You could easily sit it outside and run an extension cord into the house and put it on the surge protector.
I didn't know. I didn't hear if it was the kids that died. If they was families, I hope not. But I'm likely to believe it probably was a kid or two if it was a family household. So
Yeah,
yeah, that's messed up.
that's
A
just
lot of that probably is because they they didn't they probably were new to using the generator and probably just got it, and two, they were probably scared if they left it outside that somebody would come out and steal it. You know, not
right,
knowing
Yeah.
that the generator got to be at least 20 feet from wherever you living. It's got to be at least 20 feet from it.
right. Yeah, like I said, it's probably a lot of factors, Stephen, that went into that, man. And I so hate to hear that, KJ, that situation occurred. But yeah, man, we just got to be a little more knowledgeable and precautious when it comes to dealing with the hurricane itself and the aftermath. Because just because the storm to pass don't mean that imminent danger is not past. So we need to be mindful of that. And I'm glad KJ brought that up because not only did we need to hear that, but our audience needed to hear it too. So we thank him for that. Y'all fellas got it. Reggie, you got any topic you want to talk about this week, baby? We had about to have.
Actually, I wanted to ask KJ a question before he left, but he left. No.
Well, go ahead and talk about it. We all just chime in. He'll be back in just a second, I'm sure.
Yeah, I was just asking a question. I know I told you I was having I would like to say a debate, but it really wasn't a debate about John F. Kennedy. And well, the cat that I was talking to, he's a friend of KJ. Or he went to school with him. You know, he went to Worthing, but you know, he was there after I was already gone.
Right.
And I just wanted to ask, you know, KJ, who was this cat? You know, who the hell is he? You know, remember I told you about the cat that was arguing about who was JF Kennedy's
Yeah, he called you a black
grandfather.
matter terrorist.
Yeah, he called me a well.
That term right there alone is funny as all that knows to me.
Well, he we got into it again on Facebook, and this time he said all he wanted to say, and he blocked me so I couldn't see what he was saying to me. I guess I don't know. I guess he wanted me to you know say anything to him back. I guess I don't know, but I couldn't see what he wrote.
Right.
You know, but I know he wrote something because you know how your phone will notify you that somebody wrote something about you.
Right.
You know, I was getting these notifications that he wrote something about me, but I couldn't see what he actually wrote.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming that he blocked me.
He probably did.
I just wanted to ask KJ, you know who the cat was, because I know he went to school with the dude. You know, and I just want to know what type of dude I was dealing with.
Well, you already know you're dealing with an idiot.
Oh, I found out a lot of stuff about him. You know, he claimed he rich as hell and he's a Trump supporter, and you know, he got big money, but yet still he got caught stealing wine from the liquor store.
Hey man, let me tell you something. Facebook is just like jail, Reggie. Facebook is just like them guys you meet in prison. Them cats that be in there talking about they riding slabs and they got this money and they got all these women and all that.
And then I got no commissary.
$500 bond. $500 bond, bro. That's look, you can get out for $65 at a bail bond with a $500 bond. Believe me, I know. I don't want to tell y'all how I know, but I know. But anyway,
coming from Christian experience, huh?
Bond. And you got all this slab riding and you got all this money and you be here and there, you got women after you and all this, and you rich is all I know, but you in here for $500 for real, nigga, get out my face. Yeah, but yeah, you can be who you want to be on here.
Oh, almost definitely.
And if I don't know you,
in the Harris County jail, wasting all my little time.
There you go. I don't need them.
Hey Jay, tell him about the business, JD.
Oh yeah, that's what broke. Yeah, Reggie. When I went to Harris County and I seen a midget in there about 4'7" with a tailored suit on, I knew right then they wouldn't let nobody go. It's time for me to stop everything I'm doing. But they ain't never tell me, don't worry about it. We got too many people in here. You can go and go home. So guess what? I just stopped doing everything wrong. I was like, man, look at ain't. Yeah, this dude had the full uniform on, brother, with the whole county name on it and everything, and he 4'7", 4'8". I said, man, even let midgets go, man. I'm good. They showed big behind.
My brother-in-law told me about the wheelchair game.
Oh yeah. Now I found out about them when I went to TDC down there in Palestine. You Steve, you fool around and get caught in the hallway at lunchtime, and they ring that buzzer, and they open that gate on the wheelchairs. They come around 150 miles an hour, boy. You lie to get rolled over. And these boys, all of them in wheelchairs, I don't understand what they doing. And I'm talking about they coming down there all 150 miles an hour. They just are spinning them tires. I said, that wheelchair gang will get you too. And they'll whoop you too. They'll get together and beat the brakes off of you. Because all of them going to jump you. They can't get out their chair, but they beat your midsection up.
Yeah, my brother told me they take parts off their wheelchair and beat the hell out you.
Oh yeah, that's what they do. They'll take them leg brace things off of there and hit you in the head with it so fast. You be over there getting 125 stitches, and they be rolled on to the lunch counter. Oh, they dangerous.
Hey, JD, I got a topic.
Talk to me, baby.
Now, I've seen this on Facebook, and I'm sure everybody's seen it on social media. So here you go. You and Queenie riding in the car. You go by your mama's house. Your mama needs you to take her to the store.
Right.
Who riding in the front seat?
Whoever was already in the front seat. Bro, let me tell you something.
There has been some great debates about that topic.
Right. Let me explain something to you, Steve, that I know as a man. And not only am I a man, I'm a grown man.
With a capital Gru?
Let me reiterate that. I'm a grown man. And
I have with a capital Gru?
Yeah, with a capital Gru. Let me tell you what I do for my simple prayer in the morning is to God is the power of discernment and supply my daily bread. Those are the two simple things I ask for in life. And let me tell you what happens with discernment. I know one thing. Never make your mother and your wife feel like they're in a competition, and you won't have them kind of problems. My wife, knowing who my wife is, she'll probably get out the front seat and let my mama ride in the front. And knowing my mama will probably just go on and hop in the back seat. She won't even trip about it.
Yeah.
So that's the kind of situation I'm blessed with. But I tell any black man, never make your mother and your wife feel like they're in a competition for your attention. Mm-hmm. And you won't have kind of problem. So what do you think about that one, Reggie?
Well, I think I was the guy that put it on Facebook where everybody was chiming in on the question I asked. I asked that on Facebook.
I did see that on your.
What you say?
I said I did see that on your page this week.
Yeah, I was just curious one day. I heard it on the radio show one day, and I just want to know, what my fellow Facebook, friends and family would, think about the situation. A lot of people came up with, hey, my wife, my mama, and whoever was in the seat. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, I had one cat tell me that his mama and his wife was arguing about who was going to get in the back seat. So he told both of them to get back there so we can all leave.
Right.
But in my situation, the way I am, I believe my wife comes before anybody, even my mama.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But I'm fortunate enough to be blessed with with a wife that's not concerned about who's sitting in the front seat.
Exactly.
And then I got this SUV where it don't matter who's sitting in front and the back. There's enough room. You know what I'm saying? All I know is I'm not sitting in the back seat because I'm the only one that's gonna be driving. I gotta drive everywhere.
Right.
So I don't think it's a big issue. You know what I'm saying? It shouldn't be, but you will be surprised.
Oh yes, make it a big issue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Both my mother and mother-in-law, they just jump in the back seat. It ain't no real big deal to them. At least they never made a big deal to me. Right. And I have picked them up with my wife in the truck. They just automatically jump in the back seat.
Right. Amen.
So, yeah.
What you got to say about it, baby?
Yeah, like Reggo say, like we gonna come up there. Me and my mother, my wife, and them go somewhere. My aunt there, they just get in the back seat. Me and baby be in the front. She's awful, but like my wife, like she say, this out. And I don't feel that way, but that's how my mother thinks.
Right.
And she understand that's what it is. You took that vow, you took a vow before God. You put down everything and y'all became one. So that's how she look at it.
Well, sound like all of us in here are blessed to have mothers and wives who have good common sense and understand the biblical ideology of a marriage. And that's just what it is. Like you said, Kenny Wayne, you touched on it. When the two become one, and how I'm gonna put my arm in the back seat and drive.
Yep.
I ain't gonna take off one of my members and sit it in the back seat and let you sit in the seat and not drive. I'm handicapped myself. So yeah, my wife would always come first if it came down to it, because she is part of me and I'm part of her. But like I said, we are all sound to be blessed with the fact that we have mother-in-laws, or mothers rather, who have good sense, and wives who have good common sense. So I thank God for the blessing.
Amen.
Amen. Yeah.
Amen.
Yeah. But another topic I wanted to talk about this week, man, is this election coming up in November.
That's a hot button topic there, bro.
I just want to make sure that all of us who are here on the screen are registered to vote, and ready to vote. And I want to talk about the different types of tactics that Donald Trump is trying to use to hinder the Black, Hispanic, and minority vote. They coming up with all kinds of schemes, brother. The mail-ins and all that is gonna have problems. He trying to work with the Postmaster General to delay mailing of anything looks like a ballot. So we got to be diligent and make sure that we up bright and early. And I'm gonna just say this to all of you brothers: when you get ready to go to vote, take somebody with you. Make sure they vote too. Don't just go by yourself. Don't ride up there by yourself. Look, we're gonna make it a family affair over here. Everybody ride. Yep. So that's just that's my part for this election this year. So I want to hear what you fellas have planned for the election.
They have some legislators.
I just want to make sure you vote.
They have some legislators that are trying to push for that Tuesday in November to be a national holiday, so people will have a chance to vote instead of having to miss work.
Right.
For some people, work is more important than their vote because their situation is just that dire, and we can't hold that against those people. That's why the early vote or the absentee vote will be so important. But we have a president who is using fear tactics in all its greatest forms to manipulate America into voting and feeling one way. He's on TV talking about, this is look at what Joe Biden's America's doing, all these protesters and this and that. How is it Joe Biden's America? You're president. It's happening under your watch. It's your America. Damn fool. It's your America. All of this is happening under your watch. It's your problem. It's your fault. But this cat, man, everything is everybody else's fault. It's Obama's fault for this and that. They got a bunch of Trump supporters believe that Obama was behind 9/11. This cat wasn't even in office.
Yeah, you're right.
I mean, he wasn't even in his state senate. He wasn't even a local official during 9/11. And yet they, we want to get to the bottom of what Obama had to do with 9/11. We got to get to the bottom of it. What? But this is the type of, but that's his base. That's the base that he speaks to. That's the base that he speaks to. People fear mongering. That boy walked past several armed policemen. Nobody said a word to him. Throw him a bottle of water. Good job, son. Great job. Pat on the back. After people are yelling, "Hey, he shot someone."
Right.
Nothing. But I think me and Reggo kind of got into it over that post about the dude with the that got shot 7 times in the back. And like I was trying to explain, I'm not condoning their actions. I'm just saying this is what they will use to justify those actions.
Right.
I don't know.
See, that wasn't me. That was KJ.
Hey,
that was KJ.
KJ. Yeah. You're right.
It wasn't me.
I know. I tagged everybody in it because I wanted everybody's.
I seen it.
Because I wanted like I said, I want to have that discussion. This is something we got to teach our young men that, hey, you can tell me about all the videos of all the time the white guy walked around the car, the time the white guy pushed and shoved the officer, punched the officer, wrestled with the officer, and was apprehended with no problem, no guns drawn, nothing. I'm sorry. We have been stereotyped to be the big buck, to be the scary, superhumanly strong African American. We have been dehumanized to be out of character with superhuman strength and always mad at white folks. Well, that's not necessarily the case.
Let me explain something, Steve. Let me explain something. Nobody on this panel is a small brother. First of
not at all.
We're all physically menacing to the average American white person. So let me tell you something about me. I have had a shotgun from a police officer pointed right in my face, brother. And I don't know about y'all, but that is a universal sound.
Oh, no doubt.
That alone makes your hands start going up like this automatically. Brother, when that man had that shotgun aimed at my face, that barrel on that shotgun looked like a 57-inch screen TV. I automatically started following commands and yes, sir, and no, sir. I didn't even know this white boy. But I knew damn well I better not make no sudden moves. So all that superhero stuff that I see on these videos and these guys getting shot, I agree with you, Steve. It's tragic to say, but you have to understand who you are and who you're dealing with when you're dealing with white America and the police force in the United States. And we need to start complying. And I like something that you said on your post, Steve, because I say it all the time. You cannot win your court case on the side of the damn road.
Nope.
Put your hands behind your back, get in the back of that damn car, and let me come bail you out. That's what I tell my son. Let me come get you. Because your job as a black man is to get back home. I don't care how you feel, just get back home. You got family that love you, get back home, baby. But you're right, Steve. We have too many of us who want to be heroic and prove a point and act a damn fool with the police on the side of the road. And my thing is this, even after your death, if they say your shooting was an accidental shooting by a police officer, whether you got accidentally shot or not, you still dead. Ain't no bringing back because it was an accident.
Well, JD and Steve, first of all, I'm never, ever going to argue with somebody when it's just common sense, whether I disagree with you or not. I mean, do I think the man should have been shot in the back 7 times? No, I'm not for that. But I just know if I was in that position, what I had done what he did, I would have not. I mean, it's just common sense. I mean, you just can't do that. Not being a black man. We was taught that we couldn't do that. Yeah. He knew we couldn't do it. And everybody that's, well, he didn't have no weapon. Well, I don't know if he had a weapon or not. They say he had a knife. I mean, it really don't matter to me at all. But I know I would have handled things different than he handled it. So I'm never gonna say, hey man, you wrong about what you said. Because when I first seen the video, I was like, wow, what's this cat doing? I mean, I had officers tell me to stop, and I kept on going. And then they said, hey, I said stop. And I'm like, you know what? Let me just chill out for a minute. You know, my pride is hurt a little bit. But let me turn around and see what this dude is trying to say to me. Because this could end up a whole lot worse than it would have if I would have just kept on going. So, I mean,
pride feel like 7 shots to the back. I bet you that. Then feel like 7 shots to the back hurt worse than your pride being hurt. I'm just letting you know.
Well, as you can see, the white boy walked around with a gun. Did you think one of us could have walked around with a long gun down the street past police and he would have stopped and said anything?
Oh man, you probably would have got gunned down before you got a chance to say anything.
You wouldn't have made it to the car. But did y'all see that Shannon Sharp video?
Well, he also did it. What you talking about?
When he asked, he said he was talking to a friend of his, and a friend was like, "What's the job? But the toughest job you ever had?" And he was like, "Man, I was a sharecropper growing up. He said I dealt with chickens, not cotton, hogs and stuff like that. He worked with his hands like growing up in Atlanta. I mean in Georgia."
Who is that now?
Shannon Sharp.
Shannon Sharp.
Oh, Shannon. Yeah.
But he said the hardest job he's had was being a black man.
Exactly.
He said we persecuted so much.
That's a job within itself.
Yeah.
Yeah, most definitely.
He said, man, from picking watermelons, going to market, selling them, and doing all this other stuff, working out in them fields, the hardest job I ever had was being a black man. I had to sit back and I looked and I thought about what he said. That night we was on the way back from Louisiana. We stopped by this little store. I think it was Bobino Orange right there for 2. And we was coming out the store and there's a white guy out there. He's like, "Oh my God, you're a big fella. Did you play football or something?" I said, "Yeah." And so one of the guys right there, he asked me for $1, so I gave him $1. And the white boy was steady looking at me like, "Wow." I'm like, "What? Do I like the Incredible Hulk to you or something? I'm not gonna bother you. You don't bother me. You don't bother my wife. I'm just trying to get back in this bus and get on back to this house for this stuff here." But so like y'all said, they see us and see the size and automatically think we just monsters. Nah.
Your skin is your sin, brother.
Yeah.
That's where you went wrong. Your skin color is always your sin when it comes to dealing with them folks. Now the thing about it is, in Donald Trump's America, it has gotten worse and blatant because these white folks feel that they got they as they say in the hood, they got their nuts up right now. They feel like they can sit and do anything to you. I be sitting on Facebook laughing and dying laughing when I be seeing them get knocked out because we not our ancestors. Nah. We don't sit back and just take it no more. We will let you have it. And I'm talking about, I look up and I see video where you got these white boys with their boots in the air. They done got knocked off their feet talking crazy to black folks in public. And hey, look, I'm not saying that that's an answer, but it is a reaction. If you look at one, keep on messing with these black folks. They gonna fool around and start a riot and a war that they don't want. See, because it's gonna take some militant action to fight against the tyranny, because that's what it is. White America is in tyranny against black America, period. You cannot tell me nothing else. Everywhere white folks have ever put their land on the feet, their feet on the land, they have destroyed it, one way or the other. Yep. They have brought wars, famine, disease, everything to whatever land they put their foot on. So you can't tell me what white folks won't do. Bottom line, look, I'm against anything that's against black people. Anything that's not pro-black, I'm against it. Even black folks that ain't pro-black, I'm against you too. So that's just all it is to it. That's just the way I'm gonna live. That's the way I'm gonna die. So, we just have to understand, Kenny Wayne, what kind of animal we dealing with, man. And look, the better you know the animal you're dealing with, the easier it is for you to deal with them.
That's right. I
So,
deal with them with a long handle spoon.
oh yeah, most definitely.
Cause I know if they say something slick, I'm not where I want to be yet, and it could get kind of rough. So when I see them, I speak. They speak, I speak. I'm gonna keep it moving. I ain't got time to sit there and try to socialize with you. Cause I don't know. I know your motives now. Like you say that Trump done gave them a false sense of security.
Right.
And I'm not the one. If you get out of line, you're gonna look like boy on Charlie Brown.
Boots in there. Like I said, yeah. Hey, get away. I'm not gonna even lie to you. I applaud and I appreciate the overt racism rather than I do the covert where they try to cover. I'd rather for me to let me know that you don't like me, and I'm cool with that. As a white person, I deal with you accordingly. That's it. Yeah. I ain't got to be around you. I ain't got to deal with you. I know how to deal with my people and do commerce with my people and get whatever I need.
Well, you know, some fellas, I'm at the age now where I'm a little bit more mild mannered than I was when I was younger. I remember I would knock your ass out if you called me a boy.
Exactly.
But now I'm kind of, it don't really bother me. As long as you ain't, trying to hurt me physically, I'm good with it. You can say what you want to say to me. I'm gonna probably laugh at you, you know what I'm saying? But other than that, I mean, I was with this white dude one day, and we was eating lunch, and this white lady just came out of nowhere. She was really, really, really racist towards me. She was saying things, and he was looking at me, and I was looking at him. And he was like, "Man, I like the way you handle it. You ain't get upset." I said, "Man, well, I mean, look at her, man. I mean, it wasn't gonna do nothing but cause me trouble. I was gonna look like the bad guy."
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? That's the way I looked at it. So I just laughed at her. It hurt her more me laughing at her than me actually getting up and saying something or doing something physical to her.
Right, because she realized
she was mad.
Yeah, she realized
I ain't even lift her hand. All I did was smile and laugh at her.
Yeah, because she realized how stupid she was. That's all. Let me tell you something, man. You got to understand something. Just to hate somebody because of the color of their skin is really insanity. If you think about the grand social scheme of the world, I hate you simply because you're a different color than me. That's insanity.
Yeah.
You don't know me. You don't know nobody in my family. You've never heard of me. You just hate me because I'm black and you white. That's crazy. That is the definition of insanity, brother.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and you got so many insane, inbred cousins sleeping with white folks out there who who deal with that insanity in their family, and it's been passed on from generation to generation. So look here, fellas, it's come to a close. We got about 2 minutes left on tonight, so we'll come up with some more topics next week and get back into some in-depth conversation. I appreciate you guys coming on this week and putting your insight out there and educating our community. So, Kenny Wayne, I'm gonna let you sign off first, baby.
All right. JD's Mancave, this country man rather. Kenny Wayne from Texas, representing that East H-Town, man, but I'm down in Texas City, working and living, man. Y'all stay safe and follow, stay prep out on people, man.
Amen.
Up in that golden triangle in Louisiana.
Right.
Like I said, that could have easily been us, but if it hadn't, could have been easily us. Life is short now. It's nothing but a vapor. And then people like to lie. So if you walk to your house tonight, brother, just thank God that your house is still intact.
That the light's still on too.
Yeah.
Because I'd be ridiculously crazy with no air conditioning right now. How did it? I'm a climate control type brother. Yeah. But anyway, Steve-O, you go next, baby.
All right. First, let me give a shout out to my square up there, country man Kenny Wayne. What's up, square?
How you doing?
Good to see you, traveling man. All right. All right. Here it is. See you. Yeah. Them two over there in the corner. I don't know nothing about that. All right, here we go.
Yeah, we
just want to.
We got another one.
What's that, JD?
Oh, we know about that. I do.
Well, I just want to say, uh-oh, my prayer screen went off me to take my daily prayer. I just want to say, again, a great thank you to being in a show filled with like-minded individuals who are about uplifting and promoting our community in a positive manner. I really appreciate you, JD, for creating a show like this where we can bring our concerns, thoughts, and ideas and to talk in a forum with like-minded individuals, man. I really appreciate that.
Amen. Amen. All right, Reggie.
Even though you're a sinner.
Big Reggie.
Well, hey fellas, of course I appreciate everything that y'all do, and I enjoy being on the show with y'all, and I'm glad that we are like-minded thinkers because hey man, it's nothing like just arguing with somebody that don't have no common sense at all. I could debate with you if you talk to me like you got some sense, even if we disagree with each other. You know what I'm saying? I can talk to you, but if you just believe the sky is purple and you see it's blue, but you keep telling me it's purple, I can't even talk to you. And I'm glad, that, hey, I probably wouldn't even be on the show if y'all were people like that. But, this is Red Joe. I'll be happy to see y'all next week. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad we do this as a weekly thing. I'm glad to know y'all, period, because I wouldn't even know y'all if it wasn't for JD. So y'all take care of yourself.
Yes, sir. You do the same.
Exactly, Reggie. But Reggie, the thing is, a great philosopher who said, I can only debate with people who are my equal. All the rest are my teachers.
Yeah.
So if I can't debate with you if you ain't as equally minded or like-minded, like you say, as I am, we can debate and be different opinions, but at least come from a common sense perspective. Anybody who can't come from common sense, we end up having to teach them when you get into a debate with them. So I agree with you, brother, and I appreciate all you brothers who come in on this show, man. Like you said, we are changing lives, and these broadcasts will go further than we'll ever go. So I want to say I appreciate y'all and thank y'all for coming on the show. And I'll see you brothers next week, same time, same bad channel. And that's JD signing off. Have a good one, fellas.